Hello everyone, Number One Sarcasm back with episode 7 of Doom 2016, the Destroyed Argent Facility. This level ended up, or at least the recording, ended up being a lot shorter than I thought it would be. That's probably because after editing, I have half the amount of gameplay here. Because so much of it ended up just being me running around this empty, broken facility. And the fact that a lot of it is just the Argent facility with a slightly different paint job.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer be closed from this side. The hell is
opening to that destroyed tower looks dope though.
Returned. The only flesh
Such a cool thing to look at.
between dimensions. So
No, it definitely can. This level definitely does feel like a bit of a breeze once you realize that
Olivia's files.
not a lot to it.
The nearest terminal. We will provide you with information.
And I think it is just that I think it mostly is just that it looks a lot the same for the most part. It's like, I've been here, I've done this before. It's not something new. Whereas every other level being a different location, a different layout in its entirety makes each level feel like it lasts a bit longer. That isn't to say I didn't have fun with it though. I do like this level. It's not bad. I like the little bit of change in scenery. Everything's on fire. Everything looks a bit more broken. See that the hell portal opening from Olivia at the top of the tower has really affected the whole base. Given that everything stretches right across the landscape and into the horizon. Quite nice. I remember thinking to myself at one point, I swear there was another cacodemon here. And if anyone was paying close enough attention, you can hear it right now, and I'm sure some people probably saw it. I went back over the recording a couple times just to make sure that is what I saw, and I'm pretty sure it is the cacodemon I thought was missing. But that's okay, I don't mind not wasting ammo for a demon that isn't really gonna try. Oh, I'm only now just noticing that the Praetor suit isn't entirely symmetrical. Like, of course, on the chest piece you've got the little, whatever, red dot thing. Like, I honestly thought the shoulder guards were the same on both sides. It's not. Which is a lot more comforting in a weird way, looking at Doom Eternal's Praetor suit, just, yeah, being a lot more varied on either side. Into the first real meaty sort of fight here. Really nothing not a lot to note with this. I'm finding an ebb and flow with the combat. It's becoming very satisfying knowing which tool to use, except apparently a cacodemon has 3-meter invisible teeth. I never understood the range they had on that bite. It doesn't feel right. I did record the gameplay a few days before doing this audio recording and all the editing and shit. So I really what was like an hour worth of gameplay I sat here and recorded through, which arguably isn't that much, but in the end, yeah, it just felt like it dragged, especially with all of the moments where I was playing and being satisfied with exploring, trying to find, you know, ammo, health, or whatever, all the little secrets and collectibles. God, it does just feel empty. I had fun, and I did. Like, I've already fought here. I've already done this fight. Why am I doing it again? In fact, why am I showing it again?
Those who came before you and those with whom you serve all operate with the same goal in mind: the development of a
After
new
opening
law
this
for
door,
mankind. It is by this guiding principle,
I realized there
together
was
as a team,
still
that
some
we
shit out here,
will
like the runes and collectibles and stuff, but from opening that door just then to when I finally decided to go back through was like a full 20 minutes worth of just very little going on. It was not exciting at all. This rune was really easy. I do prefer the rune challenges when there's something to shoot, there's something moving, whereas that was just, I suppose they're not meant to be the most challenging thing in the game, they're just meant to be little hurdles. I will give you a slight buff if you can be bothered to spend 5 minutes. I don't think I'm going to use in-flight mobility all that much. Was this another one of those? Oh no. I know I died once in this fight, I can't remember. Oh, no. I remember. You'll see. Just watch. I'm not pissed about this one, but I'd forgotten this death animation. It gets sliced in half. Payback. Ugh. Watching some of the stuff I do, or watching it back, is just disgusting knowing where I could have improved. There are moments sometimes where I get like this really good flick with the right thumbstick, with the, let me try that sentence all over again. The moments where I get like a really good flick on my aiming, and just out of nowhere happen to hit the demon. And then there are other times where I shoot right over the top of their head because I didn't aim properly. And it's really unsatisfying. And kind of frustrating because it's like, oh, it wouldn't have taken much to fix that. This little encounter here really threw me for a loop. It's not so much that it happened that fucked with me. It's that. Because I didn't notice that cacodemon until I was dead. I don't know whether to be annoyed at the game for doing that in a tight corridor, or whether to just accept it and move on. I'm not sure about that. I don't know why. I got a few melee kills in this that I just didn't understand. The cacodemon exploding then was one of them. The imp that I just smacked to death was another one. Like I'm not. I was very satisfied with it, especially with the imp, because he kind of just flopped. But I don't understand why he flopped. My girlfriend has some delicious wafer sticks. She's gonna have to save me one for later. Ah. The ever iconic Pinky. Reduced to exactly the strategy I employ in the older Doom games as well. Sit there with a chainsaw, it'll solve all the problems. But no, the Pinkies I also find incredibly inconsistent, and I'm gonna say that's on me. But sometimes they feel like they take a lot more damage than other times. Also, that melee kill on that Pinky, what was that? Why did it entirely forego the glory kill stun? Just straight to death. I don't really understand, but not gonna complain. I'm also never going to use that, the hologram. I think I've used it all of once in the, what is it, 7 years this game's been out now? I just kind of thought, well that was useless. And I'm sure I'm not, well, I know I'm not the only one. Doesn't feel like it has any real practical use.
That demon seems to have taken your key card. You will need to find it.
And I understand the whole thing is it's meant to be a tactical advantage, but it doesn't feel like one. In hindsight, I probably should have started this fight with the quad damage, but it doesn't matter. I am very, very happy I have the Savagery rune equipped. Having the glory kills just sped up that little bit makes all the difference. I feel like yeah, just not aiming very well sometimes. But that's fine. That was a very simple fight. These Praetor suit tokens, I'm gunning for the mod swap speed. I reckon once I start stacking up on mods and I've unlocked like a bunch of them, or the majority of the mods, being able to swap between real quick, just for like, I don't know, between the explosive shot for the shotgun and the charge shot. I feel like hopefully that'll be really useful. But who knows, I mean I'm at the point now where a lot of the Praetor suit upgrades, or the, don't really feel like they're making that much of a difference. It's kind of just nice to have. That, I'm not sure what that was. There's a few of the early suit upgrades feel like they do make a lot of difference. Later ones feel like they're just padding over the top of things I've already got. It's just a little bit of comfort. Now, once I come back up from here, there's another brief little encounter that... Where do those pinkies come from? Are they just waiting there for me to start running across the bridge? I don't know. The cacodemon, they're all just fat meatball looking monsters. The mancubus makes sense because I was looking at the pinkies here the time to spawn, but not quite sure if the pinkies spawned while I was under the arena or what. There's a fight coming up in just a second, and I'm sure you'll notice the clipping there. But I wanted to skip the first couple deaths and just show this off, because I didn't know this was gonna happen. I was just hoping I'd get it before it flew away, but I've really been wanting siege mode. Like, I did just have to confirm with myself that that is what I wanted, but no, I'm very, very happy having that now. It does just change up the way that the whole thing operates. Like, yeah, it's still the Gauze cannon. It still does a lot of damage, but having siege mode damage, oh yeah, no, it's something else. But even after grabbing siege mode, I did die here a number of times, which was really annoying actually, because it was just, wasn't the Hellraiser, wasn't the Hell Knight, it was the pinkies, over and over and over, that kept killing me. Fuck, it's annoying. I saw that death animation at least 5 or 6 more times before I finally got this. I'm quite interested to get back into Doom Eternal so I can see how much I end up relying on like a dash maneuver to counteract the pinky charge. Shouldn't be. I'd like to think that there's just a better way of dealing with pinkies and I haven't figured it out yet. But no, I think it is just... Excuse me, I'm quite tired. I think it is just having to jump over them or jump around them. Deal with it that way. But SSGs are never gonna fail. I did turn around and like do a little bit of exploring here. And happened to run across this rune trial. This one, anyone who already knows what's coming, took me many attempts, and I did just skip over to my successful attempt because I don't want to sit here for another 5 minutes watching myself fail. I know what happened. I was there. You guys, I'm sure, can imagine how easy it was to fail this. Just look at the HUD. I love the subtle palette swap. Lighting change. I don't know. Everything is just that little bit more drained of color, and I wonder if it's to imply that moved to a different realm or something for the trial. But it looks kind of interesting. It's a refreshing little swap from the, what word am I looking for? I don't know, all the colors in the main game are just very poppy and very aggressive. Everything's so colorful and sharp, and then it's all just a bit more hue in the rune trials. I quite like that aesthetic change. Anyway, we make our way back up to where I'm following the trail of the pinky. that has my key card. Now, I was really just looking at the Argent cell there, trying to figure out how do I get up there. I know it's behind that rock. Now it's just a matter of how do we get to the rock. By dealing with one problem at a time. I must have gotten the full savagery upgrade. The glory kills are just split-second animations now and they're done. Very, very nice, because it means I hopefully won't get caught out being bitten by cacodemons anywhere near as often in the future. That also means I can immediately just move on to something else. We get the first armor upgrade. I figure a little bit more. Figure it can't hurt. But I think what I'm gonna do is, ideally what I want to be doing, this mentality that I'm in right now, want to go for ammo. I find armor, not that I really notice while I'm in game, but I feel like armor isn't doing a whole lot for me. Or it's not making enough of a difference that I feel I need to focus my Argent cells on armor. I'd be happy just accepting, but that's the last thing I go for. Really do need to put some more time into mastering these weapon mods. I don't know, actively going for like the, what is it, grenade launcher on imps. Getting direct hits for the cluster bomb upgrade would be really nice. Because the cluster bomb really helps just in little subtle ways. And I think the more I talk about upgrades and different things and saying, oh, you know, I don't really notice much of a change. If I compare the way that I'm moving and playing now to the way that you move and play when you've only got, say, the shotgun and the assault rifle, and just a couple of upgrades rather than having all the vast upgrades, I do notice a difference. It's a subtle change over the course of the whole game, but I do notice the change. It just means that I'm very indecisive about where I want to focus my efforts.
I am the head of this corporation. All your work and discoveries here belong to me.
American
It was
guy.
mine before you even found it.
Captain. Can't see the fucking screen from here. I'm sure it's like Patriot guy or something. Ugh. I think it's just about time for another cup of coffee today. I'm exhausted. Been outside a lot more than just inside playing video games all day. But
Access granted.
exercise my body and my mind, and then come back to Doom and be the ultimate player. Or at least that's what I keep telling myself. This fight is what, not really sure why they put like just a bunch of weak lower class demons here. I feel like it would have been quite interesting to put some heavy demons.
UAC tram line.
Maybe
ready for departure.
Maybe not a Baron, because that
Please
would
be
just
seated.
involve
The
running in
train is now
circles
ready to depart.
while you unload
The
on it, but like
UAC's Advanced Research Complex will be our final
maybe a couple of
destination.
mancubuses. Either way, that's the end of Hell on Mars. We'll be back in a week's time for Lazarus facility, I think. Anyway, take it easy.